Hello. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us with APK Finance and Core Community. For today, we have our host, Casey, CEO at Satoshi App, and our guest, Morty, co founder and CTO at AKA, Spring Roll and Nate from Code Community, and JB from BD at Satoshi App. So, the discussion will be around mastering DeFi, trading with near zero slippage, and optimal rates with AKA and Core, and getting to know everything about our ongoing AKA airdrop on Satoshi app. So for those of you who don't know, we will give away a pool of $100 worth of AKA tokens to 5 winners. You just have to type your questions in the pinned tweet, and 5 lucky winners will be chosen from those who ask a question and get selected by the host. So we will wait for a few more minutes to start and the AMA. Till then, keep mining free airdrops on Satoshi app and drop your questions in the comments. Hey guys, we are facing some technical issues. We will just wait for a few more minutes and we will start. Thank you.
Just a heads up to everybody, if you're muted in a space, your mic might come through as mine is. So there's some weird stuff with spaces right now in X.
It's so weird.
Hey, Spring, can you hear me right now with the mic muted?
Now you're clear. Now you're clear.
So yeah, it's doing the whole issue with mic being muted and unmuted, and my sound's coming through when I'm on quote unquote mute.
You sound clear, bro.
Hi, everyone. So it seems like there is a problem with the mute button. So can you hear me? If anyone can do a thumbs up on the chat, if you can hear me.
Yeah, there's right now the mute button is broken. So if you're muted, you're actually unmuted. Okay. And if you're unmuted, you're actually muted. So just need to be cognitive about that right now. We are talking. It's just unfortunate that like it won't identify who is speaking. But that's the issue right now. And just be aware, guys.
Hey guys, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you,
Okay.
Cassie.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. I just switched to my mobile. It doesn't seem to work on my laptop. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's explicitly an issue with like PC, iPads, or sorry, PC and like Mac devices. Anything that's like not a mobile device, you seem to be having the issue. But
Yeah,
this is
I'm
Nev,
on
by
my
the way.
mobile
Yeah.
right now. So am I clear? Can everybody hear me right now?
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine.
That's perfect. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about really interesting DeFi project, which is doing an airdrop on Satoshi app right now. It's AKK Finance, and just a little bit intro of myself. I'm Cassie, a CEO at Satoshi App, and also an initial contributor at Core. And today we also have Morty as co-founder and CTO at AKKA joining us. And we're honored to have Spring Roll and Nav at Core Community joining us as well. And also we have JB, who works as my colleague and is BD at Satoshi App. I believe just now JB did introduction of Satoshi App, and we didn't quite hear him. JB, do you want to try again?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, great. So hi everybody, I'm Jean and I'm in charge of BD for Satoshi App. So for those in the room, in the space that don't know us yet, we are one of the top airdrop platform in the world. So we have 16 million users that are earning tokens with us every day. And our goal is quite simple. It's to make it easy for people to discover new projects and receive free tokens. You can think of it as a bridge between very cool and high quality blockchain projects and a massive audience. So that's our goal, connecting amazing projects, exciting projects with a large audience. So we've worked with big names like Core, Bitget Wallet, Glyph Exchange recently, and Colen. And these are just some few names that we have. And we do have, no spoiler, but we do have some very cool projects coming up. So happy to share that. So don't forget to download the app to get your tokens every day. And if you are a project listening to us, feel free to reach out.
Thank you for the introduction, JB. And Morty, do you wanna introduce yourself and your project a little bit?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, the mute button is still confusing. So, my name is Morty. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Akka. Uh, it's actually pronounced Akka, to be honest. So, yeah, Akka is a liquidity aggregator and a liquidity layer. We have launched on Core about uh, 3 months now, and we have gathered a lot of uh, good feedback from the users. And yeah, we thought that it was about time that we launched our own token. And uh, the services that we provide users trades with zero slippage with the algorithms that we have developed, the algorithms that are unique and state of the art. And our goal is to provide all of the users in the ecosystem with the best rates that is possible. And we ensure that the users have a safe trading journey and don't lose any money in the process.
That's super exciting, and I'm really excited about the Akka Finance. And today we have Spring Roll and Nev from Core Community as well. Can you guys do a little bit intro of yourself?
Sure, I'll start. Hey, everybody. My name's Nev. I'm one of the core community managers with the community over at CoreDAO. Been in the space for a few years now. Started with a couple of other Web3 projects that Spring Roll, aka Core Community, has introduced me to. And I'm very familiar and use my network connections or the fellow communities that I'm a part of to kind of audit, research, and look at other apps and protocols and DApps. So yeah, that's who I am.
Thank you so much for the intro. And for those who don't know, Akka Finance is actually built on core blockchain. And thank you so much for core blockchain's support as well. Thank you for your love. I just want to mention today, thank you for all of these who are joining us for this Twitter space. And we have some giveaway to you as well. So if you have any questions for Akka Finance, we will choose questions out of, we'll choose 5 questions. And if we choose your question, we'll have 5 lucky winners. And then we'll give away some Akka tokens for you. So shall we get started then?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so Morty, I have lots of questions for you, and I believe the communities have lots of questions for you as well. As you may know, Satoshi app has a few million users. That's daily active users. And for the total registered users, we have 16 million. So lots of eyes are on your project, and we would love to know more. So before we get started, I want to ask all of the guests attending this Twitter space, I just want to know your thoughts. What do you think are the pain points that you identify in DeFi trading right now? Uh, Morty, do you want to start?
Yeah, of course. So there are a lot of issues that exist in the DeFi trading. So issues like high slippage, fragmented liquidity, slow transaction speed, and user interfaces that are complex for no apparent reason. Uh, if a user uses one specific exchange, the user uses the loses other opportunities on the other exchanges. The user misses out on maybe another exchange actually has a better rate that the user could use, and in the end, the user will end up paying more for gas or getting less tokens in the end. And there are security risks regarding cross-chain transactions. As we know, there are a lot of bridges that have suffered a lot of hacks, bridges that even the owners of the bridges have committed fraud, uh, have taken people's money, and these ones are the main pain points of the DeFi trading. But I think for the traders, so that especially the day traders that are using DeFi rather than the centralized exchanges, the high slippage is the main issue, because even though the fees might be less than the centralized exchanges, but in the end, high slippage could actually be more than the fees that they would pay in the central exchanges, and it will. That's one of the reasons that hinders growth of the ecosystem.
So do you think high slippage only happens between traders, or it actually happens between average users as well?
Well, high slippage happens all the time, but it is especially important for the users, the day traders, because like if a user just wants to swap an amount one time, maybe they wouldn't mind. But especially for day traders with special with specific targets for entry and exit, every uh, bit of slippage could add up in the end. But slippage is a problem that exists in DeFi ecosystem, but it especially affects the day traders.
So is it possible for you to explain to our users, just give an example of a case example of when high slippage happens, and when users use Akka Finance, how are you going to solve this problem? What's their user experience is going to look like?
Well, there are a few reasons that slippage would happen. One of them is that there is not enough liquidity in the specific pair of that exchange that the user is going to use, or that the price moves while the user is executing his or her trades, or because some of the exchanges might have delays, or other aggregators might have delays in calculating the routes and return amounts. The amount that is shown to the user is not the actual amount that the user gets. But in Akka, we have a hybrid approach. So what we do is that the final calculation, part of the calculation, but especially the final calculation for the return amount is actually done on chain. So we have the most up to date values for the users. That's why we have near zero slippage uh, in our transactions, because we get it directly from the blockchain itself.
Okay, so let's say I want to trade between token A and token B, and I want to trade token A for token B at the price of 1 USDT. So high slippage means I want to trade at 1 USDT, but actually when the trade actually happens, the price might be, maybe 2 USDT, right? And this situation will not happen at Akka Finance, correct?
Yeah, but that's well, that's an extreme example. That would be one unlucky user if that happens to him, because that's like 50% slippage. But yeah, that could happen. But the slippage, like it could be 1%, 2%, 3%, any of these amounts. So at Arca, other than the fact that we use the hybrid approach, we actually find the best routes possible between all of the exchanges. We have gathered all the data from all of the dexes uh, on the blockchain, and we not only we select the best one, we actually calculate the best combination of these tokens. And by utilizing the inefficiencies of the markets, the arbitrage opportunities, we actually reduce the slippage as much as possible to near zero.
I saw Nev just raised a hand. Do you want to talk, Nev?
Yeah, I got a quick question. Sorry. So Akka, you're what you're mentioning is that from cross chain swaps, you're optimizing your transaction rates, or how are you ensuring that minimal slippage is happening during those those transactions?
Actually, cross-chain swap is one of the features that we are going to launch, and we are focusing on the layer 2 BTC chains. But yeah, we will be optimizing the cross-chain swaps between all of the pairs, possible pairs between the that exist on the bridge, the bridges that we are going to use, and we are going to aggregate all of the possible bridges as well. But the slippage is actually the solution is twofold. One is that we find the best price that the user can actually get by combining all of the routes and pairs from all of the exchanges on the blockchain. And the other one is getting the most up-to-date value from the blockchain itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
How efficient are we talking though? Like, can you jam it on the first block, or high advantage on swapping during high traffic? Like, how are you optimizing this minimal slippage?
Uh, Basically, we have focused on gathering data and calculations, and uh, the the delay between getting the latest data for us and calculating the most optimum routes and getting the return amount to the user is less than half a second. So by using AI, we find the best combination of routes, and by using the on-chain, uh, calculations, the hybrid part of our algorithm, we get the most up-to-date value to the user. And well, obviously, if the user waits and doesn't execute the trade, the opportunity might be lost. But at that moment in time, that would be the best opportunity for the user and with the least amount of slippage.
I think another pain point personally I'm facing is when I use the DEX. I think the interface is quite complicated for users to do trades. And I personally I use both centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges. Sometimes I would even prefer centralized exchanges. But in general, decentralized exchanges are just safer. I was wondering, how are you going to solve, the problem of decentralized exchange? Always use very complicated user interfaces. How do you make life easier for our users?
Well, right now, we have uh, uh, our current UI is designed with the best to give the user the best possible experience as possible, and we have tried to keep it as simple as possible. The user just selects one token and the second token, and then just enters the amount. He will see the route and then executes the trade. Now we are going to launch our pro trading mode uh, in the next couple of weeks. That is going to include more information for the more professional and habitual traders out there. So this pro mode is going to include some market insights. We are going to include price predictions on the short term, especially for the day traders, and we are going to include some charts and some valuable information that the user is going to have. But the thing with the user interface and user experience is basically people are used to a certain kind of things, and we have tried to uh, make our UI capture the essence of a DeFi trading platform without sacrificing any utility and just removing the kind of things that we thought maybe would confuse the users.
That's great. I think the best way to do here is just to go to Akka Finance and start to experience the trading on there. So I think the next question, Nev, you raised your hand. Do you want to talk?
I've got a community based question, if that's okay, Cassie.
For sure.
So, Akka, how did you grow out your ecosystem and how was the reception from other users that you onboarded?
Well, we one of the main ways that we actually try to come to the ecosystem with the bank basically was our trading campaign that we launched about 2 months ago. We had about $50,000 in rewards based on the trading volume, and that was the main way that we actually captured the attention of the users. Actually, well, obviously, a lot of people just because of the rewards came to Akka and tried it, and just as we hoped and predicted, they might have come for the reward, but they stayed for the experience that we provided.
So also, I think there are, as far as I know, there are some other liquidity aggregators on the market as well. I'm very curious, what other unique features that distinguish Akka from other aggregators.
Well, one thing, the main thing that distinguishes us is our hybrid approach. So, the AI part of our algorithm is done on the back end off-chain, and the result of that will be sent to the blockchain itself, and the rest of the calculations is done on-chain. One thing that it allows us, as I mentioned before, is to get near zero slippage. But the other thing that allows us is that to easily integrate any possible and new liquidity sources that uh, are added to the blockchain itself, and it will give us the flexibility to add new features and update the algorithm as we are working on right now.
So I
So
think
that's
that
our main difference.
Okay, so I think the
Yeah.
AI feature is really interesting. Could you elaborate more on that? So, how does AI work in your aggregator? And is it on the off-chain part you mentioned?
Yeah, it's on the uptime part. So basically, because the ecosystem is big, especially the core ecosystem is big, and there are a lot of tokens with huge amounts of liquidity. All the possibilities for getting the best rate are humongous. There's a lot of possibilities that the user can try to trade. We use AI to optimize finding this optimal solution to this mathematical problem. And the AI is done off chain, and basically it can process data a lot faster than a traditional pathfinding algorithm.
Okay, so basically, the how the AI works is it analyzing and executing trades in real time? Is it how it works on the back end?
Well, basically, the whole ecosystem is translated into a graph, and if I uh, get a little technical here. So, when you translate the whole ecosystem, all the possible tokens and all the possible pairs between these tokens on the different exchanges into a graph, you will have a very dense bidirectional graph. And finding the best, after you do this, the solution will be the problem will become finding the best path through this dense graph. And RAI is basically a graph neural network system that analyzes this graph with not by executing trades, but by simulating trades and finding the best possible uh, exchange rate for the user.
Okay. And you seem to focus on, so first of all, you chose core blockchain to build on, and core blockchain is focused on BTC-Fi ecosystem. So I was just wondering, are you guys focusing on the BTC-Fi ecosystem as well?
Yeah, we are actually focusing on BTC-Fi. We are adding other BTC layer 2 exchanges to our chains to our platform uh, because we want the main reason that we want to do this. Obviously, those chains are not as big as core, but by integrating the different bridges uh, between these chains, we are going to allow the users to move their liquidity between chains a lot easier. So if they have their BTC or any other token on any of these other chains, they will have a really quick and easy and safe way to bring it into core. So we are going to connect all of these BTC chains together by integrating all of the services, including DEXs and chains and bridges.
Yeah, I think that's a really good strategy because BTC-Fi is huge. And that's a really good direction. But are you guys planning to, expand to maybe EVM compatible blockchains as well?
Maybe in the future, but right now we are focusing on the BTC-Fi ecosystem.
Sure. And what would you be able to disclose what are the other BTC layer twos that you are looking to build on?
Well, we are looking at B squared, Merlin fork, and BitLayer for now.
Okay. So
Yeah, but but Core will be our main chain. So actually, because Core has a lot more liquidity than the other chains, that's where our algorithm will actually shine. So the more services and the more liquidity and access and pairs there are on a chain, the best our algorithm will perform.
yeah, very good choice. But Core does not only have very good liquidity, we have a huge community here as well. So Core's Twitter,
Exactly.
yeah, Twitter, last time I checked, has over 2.3 million followers already. So that's a huge community there. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and Neff, as the you are leading the community of Core, do you want to say something here?
Being from a community mindset, the biggest question that I've got is, well, what's the plan post airdrop? That's really what I'm looking towards. And what's your strategy from there? How is that going to build out your community? What are you looking to do in terms of omni-chain or cross-chain? Like, how are we going to build out your community there, Akka?
Well, we are going to introduce a few new features that, as I mentioned. So we are going to focus on making people basically trade more, but trade more without losing money. So other than the uh, basic features of our platform, which is liquidity, aggregation, and other stuff, we are going to add market insights and price prediction. So the users can use our platform and our deep learning models for price prediction and uh, basically trade based on what our algorithms say. And this will we hope that this will enable users to trade more often rather than beholders become day traders, and it will help the whole ecosystem. The overall trading volume of the blockchain will go up hopefully, and it will help the users because they will be able to uh, use every uh, little fluctuations in the market to their advantage.
Okay. The other question I've got for you is, how could we help? How could we how can we get involved with you guys, and how can we work together?
We are open to all sorts of uh, collaborations, feedback, and we invite all of the users to actually try the platform and give us feedback, give us suggestions. We answer all of the messages, and the ones that uh, we can implement, we definitely do. So we just need your support, and we will be honored to have it.
So the question is do you guys have a community Discord? Do you guys have a way where the Web3 community can come to you guys? Do you want us to bring you in on the Cordao Discord, and you guys can kind of build out or talk from a builder's perspective there?
Mm,
What would you like to do?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. We have Discord and we have a Telecom channel and we have Twitter. But we will actually be really honored to join the core Discord.
Well, I'll definitely open up a TG chat with you guys, or a Discord chat, whatever you guys feel, and let's see what we can do.
Amazing.
Speaking of tokens, I have a question as well. So, can you tell us more about the primary utilities of a Akka token?
Yes, of course. So the primary utilities of the Akka token will be fee discounts for transactions, uh, and governance, and participating in our uh, staking program. And well, the token holders will have the opportunity to influence our decisions regarding protocol upgrades, new features, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the basically fee discounts, governance, participating in staking program.
Nice. And tell us more about the staking program. When users putting Akka token on the staking program, what is the estimated APY there?
Well, in the staking program, we are thinking we could have uh, a basically trading pool that will basically be based on the uh, performance of the algorithm. So the exact number will be announced very soon, but it will be that kind of situation. So other than the people will have access to this market insight, the trading pool will generate the APY for the users, and those will be distributed to all of the people that have staked their token.
So the staking reward is coming from the trading pool, right?
Yeah, parts of it. Yeah,
And the other parts?
yeah. The other parts will be paid through the fees that we gather throughout our
The
platform.
the transaction fees, is it?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Okay, nice. So if users are interested in Arca Finance, how would you recommend them to start using the platform?
Well, we recommend them to uh, start using our app, connect their wallets, and start executing transactions and trading. And if they see anything or any improvements that they want to see in our car, join our channels, as I mentioned, and just communicate with us. As I said, we answer all the questions that we get in every language, thanks to Google Translate. And yeah, uh, have we want our community to have an active part in the evolution of Akka.
Sounds super interesting. I can't wait to start experiencing Arca Finance. So, our users also care about, the future development of Akka Finance. So, I have a few really important questions, and maybe some questions are a little bit difficult, but I really hope you could answer as much as possible. So, when is the estimated listing of Akka Finance?
Uh, to be honest, we will announce these details very soon in the coming weeks. Uh, because there are some partners that we have to confirm it. But yeah, these details will be announced very soon.
Really exciting. Okay,
Yeah,
but tell us more about the upcoming features in the coming months.
yeah. So we have our promote that will include the insights and market price predictions, and we will have our cross chain between all of the uh, Bitcoin layer 2 networks, and we will have our mm, new routing algorithm, which we are going to make some updates and include some of the new nonlinear routes that we are working on, which will save gas, a lot of gas for the users, and will actually improve the uh, final exchange rate a lot more than it already does.
Okay, and is there going to be any vestings of the token?
Yes. So
And why is that? And why? Could you tell us more about the reasoning for the vesting? And what's the vesting look like?
the token will be listed in late Q4 2024, and there will be a gradual release of tokens to prevent market shock. So we don't want the price to dip because we have actually released all of the tokens for all of the users all at once. This approach will give us a healthy and sustainable ecosystem so that we can all grow together. We are trying to ensure long-term stability for everybody and for all of the Akka token holders.
Makes sense. Also, the vesting period is not too long, so makes total
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. Okay, so I can see some incoming community questions, and some of them are really interesting. I would love to ask you questions from the community, but before I do that, just want to make sure our guests have asked all the questions they want to ask. So I'm just going to check with Spring Roll and Neff. Do you guys have any more questions for Akka Finance from the community? From yourself as well?
No, actually, I think we've got what we need. Outside of the shameless follow everybody, I would say we're pretty good here.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna read the first question from the community, which I think is pretty good. So, with the increasing complexity of cross-chain transactions, how does Akka Finance ensure the security of user funds, especially in light of its plans for security audits and compliance checks in 2024?
Well, that's a really great question. So, first of all, we have security audits for our own contracts, and the user can check. And for the other part, we choose our partners, in this case, the bridges, very, very carefully. So there are a lot of new bridges that are popping up every day, but we choose a select few of them to work with, and we require extensive audits and security checks from them. And we have some kind of mechanisms to revert the transactions and to the user's wallet if the cross-chain transaction actually fails. So we are as strong as the partners that we choose, and we are scrutinizing every possible partner, and we are making sure that everything is safe and secure for the users.
So, may we know who are the partners you're choosing?
Uh, this will be announced very soon, so the list is not final yet.
Okay,
Uh,
sounds good.
yeah,
No problem. But make sure you announce that because it's pretty important.
of course, yes.
Okay. There's another question from community, which I think is pretty good as well. So, how does the introduction of Akka token plan to incentivize liquidity providers and users? What strategies are in place to ensure that this token not only adds value to the Akka ecosystem, but also contributes positively to the broader DeFi landscape?
So basically, there is a whole different modules at play here that are going to all work together. So the Akka token holders are going to uh, get fee discounts on the transactions that they execute, and it's going to then they're going to if they stake their tokens, they're going to get rewards, and they're going to uh, be part of the trading pool that we are going to create, and they're going to get rewards based on that. On top of that, we are going to use the market insights. We think that the market insights is actually going to allow the users to trade more safely and with more foresight, and that will allow more users to trade on Akka, and that's more reason to have Akka tokens, to have fees, and everything will work together. So in general, it will create more trading volume for the whole chain and the ecosystem, and the users will make money uh, uh, all in all.
Right. Um, and there's another question which I think is pretty interesting as well. So, as Akka Finance scales, especially with its integration into more layer two solutions and its expansion on core chain, what measures are in place to maintain performance, in particular in terms of transaction speed and cost efficiency?
Uh, yeah, well, as for the uptime part, we have very robust and scalable ser backend and servers. So in that regard, we don't have any problems. And for the on-chain part, we rely on the core ecosystem itself. And since the core ecosystem itself is pretty reliable, we don't think we're going to have any problems in that regard as well. So as I mentioned before, we choose our partners really carefully, and because we are a hybrid algorithm, part of our speed and our overall performance depends on the chain that we launch on. So if the chain is live and it's working properly, our system will be live and will work properly as well.
Okay, I saw some questions coming from community asking about how does the AI work, but I'm sure we have talked about that already. For those who are wondering how does Akka Finance AI-powered liquidity aggregation works, you can listen to the recording or you can check out Akka Finance website. That's a very interesting question though. So I guess we'll have the last question, which is what would be the best way that core community can leverage Akka platform to enhance trading experience to deepen core penetration in the Web3 development?
Well, the best way that the users can uh, do this is actually by using our app, especially after our promote and market insights launch. And our market insights are going to, for now, are going to be primarily focused on the core native token itself. So by doing that, anybody that wants to use the market insight is going to actually uh, get core and trade core. And we think that will actually uh, help the penetration of core. So the best way that the users can do this is actually by participating on our airdrop, participating in all the subsequent campaigns that we are going to have, and just using our platform.
Awesome. I guess right now what we need to do is to just download Satoshi app and start mining Akka
Yeah,
tokens.
exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, just a reminder here as well. The airdrop, the Akka token airdrop on Satoshi app has already started. It started on August 26th and will end on August 26th. The total airdrop amount is 8 million Akka token. So if you join this airdrop now and start mining, and when you actually get the Akka token, you can stake it or get transaction fee discount when you trade on Akka Finance. So I guess it's pretty good then. You can earn you can do free
Ye-
mining on Satoshi app, then you can stake it and you can earn more money.
Yeah, I agree.
Sounds pretty good. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I guess we have asked all the questions, and thank you so much, Morty, for your patience and for
Yeah.
joining this Twitter space and answer all the difficult questions we had.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I mean, it wouldn't be a community space if we didn't ask difficult questions, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Those are the questions that our community really want to ask you about, and we really appreciate you joining this Twitter space, so we have the chance to ask you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And thank you so much for those who joined today's Twitter space. And thank you very much, Neff and Spring Roll, to join this Twitter space as well. And JB, and thank you, my team.
Absolutely. Cassie, anytime you want us here, let me know.
Awesome. I guess yeah, we'll end this today's Twitter space then.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.